Hello and welcome to Friday's Masterclass edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where I'm going to be doing battle with, what is apparently an absolutely monstrously difficult puzzle today by one of my very favourite constructors in the world. It's by John Guiver. And if you watched last week's edition, you'll know I talked about John then, because John set the grand final puzzle for the Times Crossword Championship. And that was an extraordinary puzzle. Every puzzle I've done by John's, on the channel in these masterclass videos has been just exquisite. But the snitch rating today is over 200. So the snitch is this unofficial grading of how hard a Times crossword is. 100 is meant to be the average. So I just snipped. Oh, this might not fit on the screen. Oh no, it just about does. So these are the top times of people who are A, real, so not typists, people who have been established by statistically, i.e. their times, the time that they take to solve, does vary with the difficulty of the puzzle, which a typist doesn't. So these are real, and you can see here the personal niches. They're most of them are way over 200. Incredible. And if we let's go to the stats. Yeah, I mean, this is, so, okay, the first two I think are typists. And then you're into 11-minute times. I wonder if Mark's had a look at this today. Let's just see, because you can, wow. Yeah, you can get into the top 100. Well, in fact, you can get into the top 73. Only 73 people have even submitted a time. That's incredible, isn't it? Good grief. Okay, so it's monstrously hard, and that's how, on a Friday, that is how we like it. So we'll commence with this in a minute, and I will the idea of these masterclass videos is that I try and talk you through exactly what's going on in my head, such as it is, to hopefully help you improve your own solving. Now, I've got a couple of things to mention before we kick off and get solving. I've got three sort of birthdays. I don't think I've mentioned in these crossword videos that Mark and I are actually at the Stratford-upon-Avon Literary Festival next Sunday the 2nd of November. There are very few tickets left, but there are some, and I think it's at 10 o'clock in the morning, and basically we're planning to do a live edition of Cracking the Cryptic. It won't be a crossword solve that we do, but there will be a Q&A and a chance for us all to talk afterwards. So just in case that is of any interest, I mention it. I'll try and remember to put a link on the screen. There certainly will be a link under the video if you are interested. And over on Patreon, Mark has put up his solve of the latest Times Club Monthly Special, which is it's a very hard puzzle. Let me just have a look over here. If we look under Specialist, you can see, oh, no, you can't. It's there somewhere. It really is. It's a very hard cryptic crossword where sort of any odd words go. And Mark tries to do that without a dictionary. So it's really worth watching. And there's also some listener crossword solves by both me and Mark over there as well. So just to mention that's over on Patreon right now. Now, birthdays. Gail. Over there in Melbourne, Australia. I've been to Melbourne a few times. I have relatives in Melbourne. It's an absolutely wonderful city. It's going to be your birthday on the 28th of October. And your husband Daniel wondered if I could shout out your birthday. Well, of course I can. I know the two of you were in the UK. And I think bad news has taken you home. So I'm sorry to hear that. But I know that you're an outstanding puzzler. That's how Daniel describes you, and he views himself as an enthusiastic beginner, and I think you've been using these videos to try and encourage Daniel to get into cryptic crossword solving, so thank you for doing that. And Gail, I hope you have a brilliant birthday next week, and I hope the chocolate cake is extremely well iced. Next birthday, I think Grace. Grace, you turned 23 yesterday, on the 23rd, no less. And I know this because your parents, Hutch and Sylvia, wrote to us and asked if we could shout out your birthday. I think you're in the middle of your final exams for your law degree at the moment, so I hope that they are going well. The best of luck. and many happy returns for yesterday. And then the last one isn't a birthday. I just wanted to really say thank you to Heather, though, who sent me a picture. I should have got it up, shouldn't I? Of her cat, Nutmeg, watching one of these crossword videos intently. And Heather, I wanted to say congrats on becoming a mum in late August to Cadence. And I wish you luck in converting Cadence to the joys of these puzzles in due course. That's all the news. Let's get on with some solving. Oh, let me just... Have I got my... I have got a dictionary. That's good. We'll put that there. And we will say, let's get cracking. Right, what's John Guiver got in store for us? 5 letters, 1 across. Proposed bathing lake for a paddle. Proposed bathing lake for a paddle. I mean, one of the things that we're going to have to remember is that John is the most unbelievable clue writer. If you looked at that time, the puzzle from the Times final, Heresiac was one of the answers. Fianchetto, the clue for fianchetto was quite exceptional. And we're basically going to have to be on our best behaviour. I don't know what this is. Proposed, if a word bathes another word, that suggests to me that maybe it surrounds it. Lake can be abbreviated to L. We talk about this every week, but it bears repetition. You can't abbreviate any word in a cryptic crossword to its initial letter. You can only abbreviate words that have an official abbreviation in the dictionary. And if you go to L in the... it's right there. Lake. So, proposed. So I think this might be the name of a paddle. I don't know, but I don't know any words apart from oar for a paddle and oar. I don't know that. Let's try 4 across. 9 letters. Lawn game put away without a ball served. Okay, the other thing, I mean, I should say this at the start of all these videos, is that every single one of these clues will contain a straightforward, in inverted commas, definition of the answer to be entered. And that straightforward definition is almost always at the start or the end of the clue. So, so I think we're looking for a 9-letter word that means lawn game, or served, maybe? I mean, obviously what John's trying to make you do is to think of lawn tennis. Lawn game put away without a ball served. What I'm thinking about, though, my mind, what's the rest of the clue? If the start of the clue, for example, is the definition, what is the rest of the clue? Well, it's a recipe that tells you how to construct the answer. So it might tell you to anagram something, or it might tell you to put a word inside another word. But it must be an absolutely exact recipe. It just will be expressed in an unusual way. Now, put away, that makes me think, if you eat something, you put it away, don't you? So in the past tense, put away could be ate, A-T-E, without A. So all I'm wondering is, could the middle of that clue be cluing the diagram T-E? Put away, ate, without A. So we just get the T and the E left. But that what's this ball served stuff? I don't know. Okay, well, that's not an auspicious start, is it? Let's try one down. 10 letters. One's wobbly and pale. Scratching bottom with skin. Scratching bottom with skin condition. Okay, well, we're not going to sort of concentrate too hard on the picture that might conjure up. One's wobbly and pale, scratching bottom with skin condition. One's wobbly. A jelly? And pale. Well, one's wobbly could be an anagram of the word one, because if the letters of one are treated wobblily, if that's a word, in a wobbly way, then they could be anagram. But I'm not feeling that clue. I don't understand it. I'm going to go for 23 down. 4 letters. This already looks horrible. Glazes tangy ingredient. Oh, I've done that one. Glazes tangy ingredient. Okay. So, I say this occasionally, but there can be at least two of these in a Times crossword now, because one could be a reversal. In fact, I think somebody put me right on this. Maybe it was Peter Biddlecombe at the Times final, where I think I've maintained for a long time there could only be one hidden, but I think Peter told me that there's always been the option to have 2 if one of them's a reversal. But this is a clue where the answer is actually spelt out within the clue. So if you look in the letters of Glazes tangy, you can see spelt out Z-E-S-T, zest. So the word ingredient is saying that an ingredient in constructing the phrase glazes tangy is the answer, zest. And you may say, well, where's the definition then? Well, here the definition is actually the whole thing. A glazes tangy ingredient is zest. So it's this type of clue is called an and lit clue. That's the technical term for it, because the whole clue acts as the definition of the word zest, because a tangy ingredient for a glaze might be zest, and the whole clue acts as wordplay, because you're taking part of the phrase glaze is tangy. Is it very hard clues to write? No surprise to see that John's included one here. Now we better use the starting letter, shouldn't we? So 24, 5 letters. Charlie crashing Polish Fiat. Charlie crashing. I mean, Polish is an interesting word because, of course, if we say it differently, we can pronounce it Polish. Charlie crashing. A Fiat, I mean, the surface makes you think, okay, this must be a reference to a car. But a Fiat is sort of a tax that's raised, isn't it? A duty, I want to say. Charlie. I mean, Charlie can be the letter C. And Charlie is sort of a word for, is it cocaine, Charlie? But why is it beginning with E? Charlie, okay. No, that doesn't work. I think this is going to be the name of a tax. And I think it's going to have a C in it. And the Charlie, C for Charlie, is going to be crashing, i.e. it's going to be gate crashing. So it's going to be inside a word for Polish or Polish beginning with E. If you've got... But that is not... I don't know. That almost feels wrong to me, that, because I can't think of any 4-letter word beginning with E that means Polish. I don't know. Let's try 27. 4, 5. Okay, let's stop after the first word there, because that is a bit of crossword ease. Volunteers. Now, if you ever see volunteers in a cryptic crossword clue, you must be thinking about the abbreviation TA. And you may say, what are you talking about? Why is TA associated with volunteers? Well, it's because TA is the territorial army, the army of volunteers. If you go to, and this has just become part of the crossword lexicon, there we go, territorial army. So I'd be very surprised if maybe this is task force or something. Volunteers painting poorly lit boards around station feature. Timetable? I don't know. Painting? What's that? Art? Oil? Okay, I don't know. I've got a clue again, but the way I think this might work. This phrase, poorly lit boards, is beautiful, isn't it? Because again, it conjures up a picture of poorly lit boards in a train station. But I think it's saying a word like dim would be poorly lit, wouldn't it? And that's going to board, it's going to be inside some other. So maybe TA, dim, might be reversed because of this word around. It's not timetable, is it? Time. Let me just have a look at that. Timetable is one word anyway, isn't it? No, I don't like that. Painting. Poorly lit, boards around. If poorly lit was dim. I'm on the verge of getting this one. Station feature. I don't know. Again, this one I feel I've almost got a handle on, but I can't get it. Okay, so shall we go for... I don't really know where to go. Let's go for 4 down on the basis if we could solve it, it would help with 4 across. 9 letters. Arrange to have medicine bottle returned if no good. Arrange to have medicine bottle returned. A medicine bottle makes me think of it. It's a file, that sort of word. That might be a medicine bottle. Returned if no good. It might be saying return the word if. And add an abbreviation. And there is an abbreviation for no good, which is NG. Thing. So could thing be at the end of this? Arrange to have. Arrange. I don't know. Again, I'm not quite on the right wavelength yet. Let's try 2 down. 3 letters. Get clean. Fires with hard wood. Get clean fires with hard wood. I mean, the wording is so good. Get clean fires with hard. I thought I got that. Okay. Oh no, I have got it. I have got it. Okay, that's weird. So, I finally understood how to read the wordplay here. And then, okay, and then I didn't get it, but my first thought was hard can be abbreviated to H. Let's have a look at that. That's from pencils. There, it even says on lead pencils. So I was thinking about a wood that ends with H, and I thought of ash, but I didn't understand how it worked. And then I realised that get clean fires with, we could read that in a very particular way. If we could think of a 3 or a 4 letter word that means get clean, and we sack from that word a W, which, believe it or not, is a valid abbreviation for the word with. I mean, it is. There. Then we might be in business. And then finally I realised that if you get clean, you wash. Fire the W, we get ash. And so the definition here is actually hardwood. It's not wood, it's hardwood. I mean, even that's a 3-letter answer. And it takes some thinking about. Right, let's have a look at 9. 9 across, which is 9 letters. Attachment on plugs. From now on, attached to plug. It must be something like adherent or something. An attachment. If you've got an attachment to something, you've got an adherence to it. Yes, I think it is adherence. How am I getting that? It's again, it's just unbelievably skillful clue writing, this. Okay, so a plug. If we were to think about what plug might mean in everyday language, if you plug something, what do? You advertise it. So a plug might be an advert, and that can be shortened in crossword world to ad, A-D. So what we've got here, well, let's put the word in. I mean, there's quite a lot going on in order to get this answer. From now on is hence, H-E-N-C-E. And you might say, well, hang on, hence is all split up here, and you're right, because there's an R and an E in the word hence. And that is because on has plugged the word hence. It's inside it. It's corked it. And we might say, but on isn't RE. Well, it is, isn't it? If you saw re on a work memo, re the leaking tap or something, you would know it was on the subject of the leaking tap. So on is re. That has plugged a word that means from now on, which is hence, and that is attached to another type of plug, an add, and that gives adherence, which is an attachment. I mean, it's quite startlingly brilliant. But if you didn't get it, do not worry. And if you're new to cryptic crosswords and you're thinking this seems very complicated, it is. But John is an absolute master. As I said, he set the final for the Times Crossword Championship, and what a puzzle that was. So we are dealing with the best of the best here, and the clues, they can be hard. Let's have a look at 3 down, 6 letters. Secretive matter requiring attention goes to auditor. Secretive matter. Matter requiring attention. What's that, an in tray or something? Goes to auditor. I don't know. I don't know what this is. I think it's going to be a 6-letter word that means secretive. My first thought was something like arcane, but obviously it doesn't fit. Matter requiring attention. I don't know what that is. And goes to auditor. What is this expression, auditor? We've got to be a bit careful with it. An auditor is an accountant typically, and a chartered accountant, and CA is a valid abbreviation for chartered accountant. So this clue might have CA in it, maybe. But I think it's more likely it's a homophone, because this phrase to an auditor means something you might overhear, something that's audible. So we might be looking for a word, well, the word goes is interesting. Cryptic crossword writers do like to use goes as a euphemism for wheeze. So could this end in some homophone for going to the loo? I don't know. I'm sorry if I've brought up something slightly beyond the pale there, but secretive. I don't know. Not sure. Okay, and we're not getting very many good checking letters. Oh, we've now got an N in my one that I thought had file in it. Arrange. Don't know. Let's try 5 down. 5 letters. Conclusion of 2. Contrasting periods coming up. I don't know. Omega? I don't know why omega's coming to... I think it's coming to my head because it's the sort of final letter, isn't it? Conclusion of 2 might be the concluding letter of the word 2. Contrasting periods coming up. I don't think it is omega, but sometimes your subconscious can give you ideas that you should listen to. Oh, it is omega. Okay, wow, that's very odd, because the thing that gave me the idea that it was omega has nothing to do with how the clue works. So the word conclusion is is giving omega, being the last letter of the Greek alphabet. Now, and that is created out of, that's what the word of is doing here, two types of time period, and they're contrasting time periods coming up. Now this is a down clue, so we're going to be reversing two different types of time periods. And you can see reversed here, we've got age, which is an age is a very long time period, and mo, if you said to somebody, give me a mo, you'd be meaning give me a moment, an instant of time. So that's why we've got two contrasting time periods being raised here to give omega. And again, look at these dreadful checking letters. So you do all this hard work and you get an answer, but the actual help we're getting, let's try 11. Oh, it's 13 letters. I view this as a personal weakness, my ability to solve long 13-letter answers. I much prefer it if they're broken up. But let's have a quick look. Company land grabs cultivating endless corruption. Company land grabs cultivating endless corruption. How are we meant to read that? It sounds like company can be co, land could be anything. I don't know what that means. Grabs cultivating endless. That feels like an endless word for cultivating. Farming or something. So I think the whole thing might be a 13-letter word which means corruption. Contamination. Oh, that might be. Let's just have a look at that. Contamination fits, but why? Land is a nation. Taming. Oh, okay, that's a good one. We've got that one. Right, company, CO. A land is a nation. This N, A-T-I-O-N. Grabbing, so surrounding. A word for cultivating, which here is going to be taming. T-A-M-I-N-G. And that's endless. And I talked about this in recent weeks. I think it's a really important thing to realise. If a word in a cryptic crossword is described as being endless, it literally means take the last letter off. So you're never going to be asked to say, think of the word taming, and if it was described as being endless, to take the last two letters off. It just doesn't work that way by convention. And similarly, if you see like a word like shortened or cut, that's always going to mean just take the last letter off a word. I think that is a good rule of thumb. Now, let's try 12 down, where we've got an 11-letter answer, but at least we know it begins with N. Retired engine, parts assembled, on a line employing imperial measures. I'm so sorry for the way I read these clues. You must think I'm balmy, but I'm trying to read it as an instruction rather than as a sentence. So if I read it naturally, retired engine parts assembled on a line employing imperial measures, it's sort of, I can't get anything cryptic out of it. But retired engine, that makes me think, I need to think of a word for an engine, and I need to reverse it, I need to retire it. And that parts, so that's going to be inside, well, probably an anagram, assembled on a line. I think that means we're going to assemble the letters on a line. And the whole thing is going, oh, Napoleonic? No, employing imperial measures. I don't know why. Napoleon has jumped into my brain there. Retired engine. Napoleonian? Napoleonian. That would be such a brilliant word. It isn't a word, I don't think. On a line. On a... No, I don't think it quite works. Napoleonian. Retired engine. I don't know. Not sure. Okay, sorry. Let's try 14 across. 4 letters. Wild curry leaves are reportedly arriving from the east. Wild curry leaves are reportedly arriving from the east. What? Sorry, we're going to get a little bit of aeroplane noise as Maverick decides to fly his antiquated plane over my attic. Wild curry leaves. The phrase "are reportedly" is the thing that's interesting me about this clue. There's a lot of things actually that are interesting me, but "are reportedly," because this again makes me think of a homophone, because the word "are," A-R-E, sounds exactly to me like the letter R. So I think this is going to be a word that means wild. And then I think we need a word for curry. I don't think it's going to be curry itself, but there must be another word for curry, whatever that is. And that's going to leave R out of it. And then it's going to arriving from the east, so I think it's going to be a reversal of that. So I need a 4-letter word that means wild. Zany. No, that's not right. I don't know. Okay, sorry. Right, let's go back to the one that I thought might start with jelly and clearly doesn't. One's wobbly. Let me think of anything that's wobbly that's going to fit there. One's wobbly. And pale. Opalescent is a word that means pale, I think. One, W-A-N, scratching bottom with skin condition. I mean, what are the well-known skin conditions? Impetigo? Rash? Oh, rash. A rash would be a skin. That could it end in rash? Wild would be rash. No, okay. One's wobbly. Don't know. Oh, we've now got an A in this, the secretive matter. Matter requiring attention. Goes to auditor. It's a matter requiring your attention. It's an urgent matter. It's a I don't know. I don't know what sort of matter it is. Right, let's try 15 across. 424. Made without stock. Gravy can stretch. So how can you come up with this? I mean, because it's so well phrased. Made without stock. Made without stock. I tell you what, I want this. I've done it. I've got this one. Oh, goodness. Okay, this is... Okay, I mean, I've got to say, this is such a brilliant clue. It's extraordinary. Okay, it just is extraordinary. Because the image that it conjures up in your brain is so perfect. Because you do make gravy with stock, and the concept of gravy stretching, we've all been at Sunday lunches where, you're sort of a bit worried about whether or not you take enough. Can you have a little bit more gravy on my Yorkshire pudding? Might not leave enough. Better not. No, but so that's going on in your head. But it's got nothing to do with that. It's to do with industrial production, where if something is made without stock, you might have heard of the phrase, just in time. And then you might say, well, what's that got to do with the rest of the clue? But it's beautiful. Gravy is a jus, J-U-S. Can, a can is a tin. And a stretch, if you're doing a stretch in prison, you are doing time. Just in time. Isn't that? I look at these checking letters I'm getting. Useless again, apart from maybe that one. That's just a lovely clue, though. Right, 16 down. 9 letters. Director. Checked material. Having spent time reflecting on it. Checked material. I mean, that makes me think of tartan. Oh, Tarantino. That's going to be correct. Because Tarantino is definitely a director of films. Director checked material, having spent time reflecting on it. I mean, it's just the wording of it again. And look how it works. So, director Quentin Tarantino. Checked material is tartan. Having spent time, or T is a valid abbreviation for time. We've seen that a lot in these videos. Newton's laws of motion. V equals U plus AT, etc. Where are you, time? It is definitely, oh, there, literally there. So, and then reflecting on it is saying just reflect the words on and it. So that's why it ends T-I-N-O. That gives Tarantino. And there used to be, I think, a band answer, because Tarantino is still very much alive. And I didn't think Crossword used to be able to, maybe even as recently as sort of 3 or 4 years ago, it couldn't reference living people. But that has disappeared as a rule, and I think that's only for a good thing as well. I think the more they can do to modernise some of the Victoriana that appears in these puzzles, I think the better. Right, let's go for 6 down. I've not looked at this one. 8 letters. Object after evacuation of floor in university block. Again, if I read that properly, it should read object after evacuation of floor in university block, which would certainly conjure up images to all of us, I'm sure. Oh, it conjures up. Oh dear, no, that's terrible. I can't even tell that story, can I? I probably can. No, so I don't know why this has come up, but it's so traumatic. So when I was at college, I was at Queen's College, Cambridge, and it was considered incredibly amusing to sort of lock somebody's door when they were in the shower, because we had communal showers, and then people would lock your door. And that would make you, and I was on the 2nd floor, have to climb out of the window and sort of make your way, Harold Lloyd style, around to your window where you might be able to break in and therefore get back into your room. And of course this happened to me once, so I'm there in a towel, climbing out of my next door neighbour's window. And I've got about halfway across, Harold Lloyd style, and I look down, and there's a massive conference going on in the courtyard, and there's just like people all taking, it was before mobile phones, all taking photos of me. I mean, it was just terrible. It was terrible. And and why have I just told you that? I don't know. Let's move swiftly on. I'm going to object after evacuation of floor. Object. An object is an end. It's a target. Block. Object after evacuate. The evacuation of floor. I don't know. I think this means block somehow, in some meaning. The evacuation of floor makes me want to evacuate the word floor, i.e. to remove its insides. to create a vacuum in the word. So that would be FR. So could it begin FR? In university. If you're at university, you're up at university. As in the opposite of being sent down from university, but block. I keep thinking of fraction. I don't know that. I don't know. I think it might have F and R in it somehow. 10 across. 5 letters. Another reference to university. I think my university stories are now used up. Certainly the ones we're going to talk about in this video. 5 letters. Student group gathering in university. Student group. A class? Forum? Yes, forum. That's lovely. I think this is an and lit again. So, if we read the whole clue, we're looking for a 5-letter word for a student group that gathers in a university. Well, that certainly could be a forum, couldn't it? And a student group is also a form, F-O-R-M, and that's gathered into it an abbreviation for university. U. Oh, so now how does it work then? Object. After evacuation of floor in university block. Oh, I should be able to get that. This is, I think, one of the biggest areas where the really brilliant solvers just would write this in every time, because they have a better ability than I do to just map word structures to vocabulary. Befriend, that would fit. Why is it befriend? Or defriend? Or unfriend? Oh, you can unfriend. You can unfriend. Block. If you block somebody, you would unfriend. I like that. I don't know why. Object. Okay, I've almost said how to do this. Object is an end. After evacuation of floor. Oh yeah, so it's actually fine. So another abbreviation for university isn't just U that we saw here, it's uni. If you go up to uni, you go to university. So we've got object, which is an end, after the evacuation of floor, FR, in a word for university, uni. So we've got uni around FR, followed by end, to give unfriend, which is to block. I mean, again, it's just genius. That is absolute genius setting. I don't know how long it must take to come up with a clue like that. I would love to know. It's perfect. It is perfect. The word block there for unfriend, its connotation with a university block. Oh. Oh, croquet is a lawn game. Oh, a croquette or something. Is that what's going on? A ball, a ball served. Is a croquette really a ball? I suppose it is a bit. Oh, okay. This is going to be croquette. I don't know why, but I think it is. Lawn game, croquet. I even thought of croquet. I just dismissed it because it couldn't be involved in the word. How could it be involved in the wordplay? And it is. Lawn game, croquet, put away, 8 without A. I even said this. It didn't occur to me. And a croquette is a ball served. I mean, it is just sublime. Croquette. I'm not changing it. A ball. A ball that's served. How can you... I mean, the panache. That is panache. That is Cyrano de Bergerac-esque. Mon panache. Because it is... To describe... It's not even got a question mark because it doesn't need it, because it is a precise definition. It is a ball that's served. in the sense of something you might serve at a meal. I mean, okay, I do forgive myself for not getting that. Is that Emma or Emmy? Get married, 4 letters. Get married in city, boasting fine cathedral of trees. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I didn't know this was a word, but I can do it from the wordplay, the recipe. Married can be abbreviated to M. Let's have a look at that. I don't know where. It's definitely here. There. Married. Now, get married. So in city. So we need to think of a 3-letter word for a city. Now, if you do a lot of crosswords, you will be familiar with the city of Ely in Cambridgeshire, which comes up a lot. It comes up more than really it's got any right to, but it does. And if we did put M in Ely, we'd get this strange-looking word, Elmy. But I think that could be a word. Boasting a fine cathedral of trees. I think that could be a word. If something was boasting a fine cathedral of trees, I think it might be Elmy. I think that's right. It's a very florid definition. Now, let's have a look at 7 down. Despot. It's going to be something like tyrannical or... I don't know, but it's something like that. Despot's end, connected to incendiary bombing, may be this. Oh, this is some brilliancy again, isn't it? It's something like tyrannicide or something, or tyrannicidal. Like if you murder a despot, are you tyrannicidal? Tyrann. Tyranny. Hang on, how does this work? No, there's no L. Why do we think there's an L? Tyrannicide. It will just be okay, won't it? Incendiary. I think that's right. I think we've got the letters of in, C-E-N-D. I think it's right. Incendiary. So incendiary is bombing. It's being anagrammed. If you bomb something, it blows up everywhere, doesn't it? It sort of scatters. So we've got the destruction of the word incendiary. After the despot's end is the end of the word despot. There's that T there. And then maybe this is sort of the definition, because all of the recipe actually conjures up exactly what the word tyrannicide means, the despot's end from an incendiary bombing. It's just a fantastic clue. I mean, this whole area has just been incredible. We have got a J and a Q in the grid, and a Z. So we are looking at a pangram, I'm sure we are. Although, actually, when you spot a puzzle's a pangram, i.e. it contains every letter of the alphabet, normally the only help that gives you is that you know you want to discover a Q, a J and a Z. They are the most uncommon letters, and we've got those already. So unless it's a double pangram, we're probably not going to get much more help from that. Let's have a look at this. Continuum or something? Continuum would fit. The Q continuum. That was something in the Star Trek Next Generation pinball machine. If you continued a game, you could get in the Q continuum. Now that is arcane knowledge. And then that's frankly the knowledge they should have more in the Times crossword. If you had to know deep knowledge about pinball machines like Star Trek The Next Generation, that would even up the amount of knowledge you're expected to have about cricket, for example. And I would argue that those things are at least equally popular. There, I've said it. Arrange to have medicine. Arrange to have medicine bottle returned if no good. Arrange to have medicine bottle returned. if no good. I don't think this is Continuum. I don't think it's a reference to Star Trek The Next Generation. I don't know what it is, frankly. Let's have a look at 19. 4 letters. One of old rotating ball pens. Biro? What is that getting at? I mean, this phrase, the thing is with John, you've got to be so careful. Rotating ball pens. What does that mean? It is biro. Hang on. I think it's biro. Okay, the way I've got that is the phrase rotating ball pens, I've actually understood in terms of its wordplay. That made me think, if I could think of a word for a ball, and that rotated, it would go backwards, and it would pen something else. And then I thought of the word orb. So orb has rotated, and then it has penned I. Now, if one of old was defined by I, then this is another anlit, isn't it? And one of old being I think is a reference to Roman numerals. I in Roman numerals is the number 1. And that works beautifully in terms of the surface reading of the clue. Because a biro is a bit of an old-fashioned pen, isn't it? One of old, I, rotating ball, orb backwards, has penned, as included. I think it's biro. I think it's another anlit. Beautiful. I was a bit lucky because I said the answer when I read the clue. So it was in my brain and it allowed me to sort of focus in on it. But let's try 13 down, which is 10 letters. Again, terrible, terrible checking letters. Bank limits left Earl with 500 on account. I want this to have rely in it. R-E-L-Y. And you can see, I mean, if it did, there's probably about 100 words that have that pattern. Why do I want that? Well, because a word, if you bank on something, you rely on it. So bank and rely are very, common synonyms in crossword world. So bank limits might be saying the word rely limits, so it surrounds, left, reported. It's reportedly, I've actually got this, haven't I? So left can be L, that is a valid abbreviation, but the port side of the boat is the left side. So report, Earl is E, and then 500 in Roman numerals is D. You do need to know your Roman numerals. And it's not too difficult to learn them. D is probably the hardest one, but reportedly is going to be the answer there. On account. It's on the account of, it's something that's reported. Now again, I get a T, D, a Y. Let's try the Y. 28 across, 5 letters. Local objector losing pounds in fast. Local objector. Is that a NIMBY? It is. Yeah, a NIMBY, not in my backyard. It's a phrase for people who oppose development. And so I think it is just, and then nimbly, of course, is if you do something fast, you do it nimbly, and that loses its L. And L, of course, is a valid abbreviation for pounds, as in the weight. Let's look there. Let's just justify it so everybody's. In fact, there it's actually pound sterling as well. So I was wrong. Libra, pound sterling. Now, can we get this one? 3 down. 3 down, 26 down, 3 letters. I do that a lot. Bows or bows hurt ability to throw. Okay, your ability to throw is your arm. You've got a good arm, you can throw a long way. Why is that bows hurt? Bows hurt. Oh no, I do understand it. That's very hard. Okay. If you are born within the sound of the Bow Bells in London, you are Cockney. I think that is the official definition of somebody who is Cockney. And if you're Cockney, then in crossword land, you drop your H's when you speak. So if you drop an H out of the word harm, which means to hurt, then you would get the word arm. So bows hurt is arm. That's quite hard. I'm very fortunate to have the M. Let's try 20 down, 6 letters. North Libyan? North African? Oh. North African, close to climbing. I'm sure in terms of how I should read the clue as a sentence, it's going to be North African, close to climbing secure borders. But I'm going to read it as North African, close to climbing, G, secure borders. So I think this is going to have a G in it. And we're going to have a word for secure. I was thinking of chain. I don't think it is that. And that's going to border this G. Secure. I should be able to get that, shouldn't I? I mean, there's only so many countries in North Africa. I'm sort of going that I can't think of what this is. North Africa. It probably is an A here, isn't it? So secure. Blank, 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 A-N. I don't know. Let's try 25. 9 letters. Girl, no stranger to lower scores, turned over answer papers. Okay, papers. When you see papers... Oh, my phone is buzzing. Hang on. No, that's... Oh, I think that's okay. And then there's a siren going off. It's all happening. Girl... Papers, papers in a cryptic crossword clue. It's normally referring to your ID, which could be at the end here, couldn't it? So maybe it could. A girl would be a someone made, perhaps. Girl, no stranger to lower. Now, lower in cryptic crossword land is a word for a creature that lows, i.e. a cow. So could this be... I still haven't actually thought of it, but I think it's going to be the name of somebody who worked... Dairymaid. Dairymaid is what it's going to be. I don't know why still. Dairymaid. That would be somebody who works with cows. Scores. Oh, myriad. Goodness me. A myriad is like a lot of something. So myriad turned over. Answer A as in Q&A. So question and answer. That's why answer can be abbreviated to A. Papers ID. Dairymaid. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, how can the definition be girl no stranger to lower scores? Oh. What? I've got a Y here. I want to put G in. Hang on. What is this? If you secure, do you... It's going to be a word like buy in or something, or... don't know. I mean, where's the G going? And why can't I think of the word? I mean, Egyptian is too long. I mean, Is this the G? North African. No, is it Kenyan? It can't be Kenyan. I'm so sorry, I'm being very dense about this one. Close to. Maybe, maybe it's a word for close to that's climbing. If you're close to something, you're near it. The end is nigh. But then... sorry, I'm being very dumb about that. I'm terrified this is going to be an E, and then I'm going to have to justify why this isn't Kenyan. I don't know. 21 across, 13 letters again. Wrestling Confederation's ace is very cocksure. Wrestling Confederation's ace is very cocksure. I mean, it makes me think it couldn't be an anagram of confederation, could it? No. Confederation is 13 letters. What is the Wrestling Confederation? The WWE or something? World Wrestling. Maybe the WWF. Wrestling Confederation's ace. I don't know who the aces are in the wrestling. My favourite name of a wrestler. There was a wrestler called Scotty, and his nickname was Too Hottie. So his name was Scotty Too Hottie, and that, as purely as a piece of wordplay, I thought was very funny. Anyway, I'm digressing. Let's have a look at 22 down. 5 letters. Harvard student keeping daughter secret. Harvard student. That must be the name in America for a student. What's a student called in America? A grad? No. Keeping daughter. That's going to be this D, I think. I think this is a word that means secret. If something is secret, is it under? Harvard student. Thing is, a Harvard student might be called something that I don't know. Like if you go to, I don't know, if you go to Yale, are you called? Yale is making me think of Eli for some reason. I don't know. I think I'm going mad. Let's try 17 down. 8 letters. Best if you're going mad, just move on. Minister suppressing recordings, nervy ending. Oh, is this going to be something like ganglion? Is it? The end of a nerve. Minister suppressing recordings, nervy ending. I think this is going to be a word for some biological nerve ending. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to know that without checking letters. Oh, look, we've got an O at the end of this. I should have looked at this before. Station feature. Oh, it's not something radio station, is it? Something talk radio? Oh, that would be so clever if this is not referencing trains at all. Why is it oil? Dark. It's talk radio. Wow. Volunteers was TA. A painting was an oil, which poorly lit, dark, had boarded, but that whole thing was then reversed. So oil with dark inside was all reversed, and talk radio is a station feature. as in a radio station feature. That's just superb. What's this then? Secret. Guarded. Harvard student. I mean, this must be an E, mustn't it? Secret is coded. Co-ed? Is that how you would describe a Harvard student? I don't know. Oh, ganglion's wrong. I didn't think it was right, but what was this one? Oh, this was the one I thought was Napoleonian or something. Which is so should be a word. Retired engine parts assembled on a line. So I think that looks good, doesn't it? I.e., it is an anagram of on a line, so it probably ends AL. I think that's quite likely. Employing imperial measures. Nash. Employing imperial measures. It ends AL and one of the ends has gone. What else have we got left? I wonder if this could be IONAL and then it would begin NE. Imperial measures. That would be an N. This would be... Oh, this is the Charlie one. Crushing the Polish Fiat. Charlie! Yeah. There is some funny spelling of Egypt, isn't there? Egypt? It's not this. It's just not that. I don't think it's that. This is the name of a Fiat, isn't it? It's a funny, and I think it's on the verge of. I'm on the verge of remembering it. There is some sort of tax or duty that begins with E. Polish. If you've got real polish, you've got real. I can't think of it. Okay, so we're getting ourselves into a pickle here. We really need a good answer. Oh, I mean, the thing is, there's nothing. Oh, I've never looked at this one. There's nothing easy. There is nothing easy under the sun in this puzzle. 10 letters. Bloody yellow jacketed bees buzzing around jams and fruit. It probably ends berry. Strawberry. I mean, bloody yellow jacketed bees buzzing round jams and fruit. There's so much going on there. If something's bloody from a sort of cookery sense, it's underdone, it's rare. So rare might appear somewhere here. Yellow jacketed. I mean, yellow jacketed bees. Yellow is a word where we've seen this before. The tincture yellow is OR. Let me just show you that because it does come up a remarkable amount. The tincture of yellow or gold. So yellow jacketed. I mean, bees is funny as well because bees buzzing around could be an anagram of bees. Or the letter B is spelt B-double-E. So could this yellow jacketed bees, what would that be then? So buzzing around. So we reverse something, that sort of construction? Doesn't seem likely, does it? No, it doesn't. Jams and fruit. If it did end in berry, this would have a nice ending of an E, wouldn't it? Arrange. Configure. Configure. That's a word that means arrange. Now why? It's got if reversed in it. How? What on earth? Arrange to have medicine. Bottle returned if. To have medicine. Medicine is a cure. And that has... So, medicine bottle... Oh, I don't know. There's so much going on. If no... Oh, if no. I see. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. I've got it. I mean, that's impossible. That is impossible. It's impossibly clever. And impossible. Genuinely impossible. Oh, goodness. I mean, it's not genuinely impossible, I suppose, because I have actually solved it. But it's so hard. Right. Arrange is configure. Now, and that has... to have medicine is to cure. And that bottles... the return of if no, and then after the if no has returned, the G for good. Now, the reason I was originally confused is I'm sure NG can be no good. It can, you see, but that's not how it's being used here. We've actually got if no being reversed, if no, and then G for good as a separate thing, and that is also a valid abbreviation. It is. Trust me. There. Good. Configure. I mean, it's no good, is it? Because I'm going to put berry in here just to try and make me think of it. So okay, how does this work? Bees, yellow jacketed. It's not something. There's a boysenberry or something, isn't there? Is that a word? Boysenberry. Something. Gooseberry, maybe. That's got the O and the R in the right place, and then an anagram of bees in it. Gory, bloody, done it. Gooseberry. So bloody is gory, and that has jammed inside it. I mean, that's what jams is doing. It's being jammed into the word gory. Is yellow, OR, jacketing, bees buzzing around, an anagram of bees, and then we get gooseberry. I mean, it's just genius. It's absolute genius. Now, what's that? Something change? One's what? Blancmange. A blancmange is wobbly. I even nearly thought of that. Why, though? Pale blanche? Mange is a... Oh, goodness. Yeah, okay. So pale, I think, is blanche. B-L-A-N-C-H. Scratching its bottom letter. No H. And that has the skin condition mange in it. I'm definitely not changing that, but why don't we look up those meanings? Blanch, to whiten, so that's to make pale, isn't it? And then mange is some disease of dogs and horses, I thought. Yeah, inflammation of the skin of animals caused by mites. And blancmange, of course, is something wobbly. Now I really need to make use of this. So, blade. A blade is a paddle. That's fine. We can do that. So we were on the right lines, but what I didn't think of was the correct word for proposed. And if you bade somebody to do something, you sort of asked them to do it, didn't you? You proposed that they do it. So bade, bathes, surrounds, L for lake, and a pladdle is a blade. Now, let's try and do this without looking at the clue. Ear wax. That would give us an X. Okay. So it isn't. It is earwax, I'm sure. Because we're not talking about a secretive matter as in something to keep quiet about. We're talking about secretive. If something is secreted from your body, it sort of oozes out of it like earwax. So I haven't got the wordplay yet, but that's going to be right. So earwax, requiring attention, ear, goes. Oh, if you have a go at something, you have a whack at it. WHACK. And in the plural, wax, WHACKS, it sounds exactly the same as wax, WAX. So we were on the right lines, but it was impossible to solve it until we did. Now, wild is what I thought this meant, isn't it? Why, if something is wild, is it awry? Wild. Errant. Curry leaves are reportedly arriving from the east. Curry. I mean, this is difficult. Wild. If you're wild, you are aggro. I think you're stronger than being anti-something, aren't you? If you're wild, you're properly a mock or korma. A korma. So again, okay, I forgive myself a very small amount here because I have somehow managed to get how the wordplay might work for some of these. I just haven't been able to solve them without the checking letters. And here I was right. It is a word for a curry. It's korma, and that is leaving. It's R, being a homophone for the word ARER, and it is returning. So amok. Now all I've got to do now, he says, is if I can solve this one. Retired engine. Parts. An engine is a loco, as in a locomotion, isn't it? Locomotive. Neo-colonial is what this is. Neo-colonial. That's got loco, and presumably on a line is the rest of it. On a line, yeah. Neo-colonial. Employing imperial measures. Get an I in this one. That's not what I wanted. This is the... Oh, there is a word. It's right on the edge of my consciousness. Fiat. It's something like apiece or something. I think if I think about that long enough, I'll come up with it. I've definitely seen this word before. I just can't remember. Right, so let's have a look at this one. Overconfident would fit. Very cocksure. That must be right. Overconfident. Why? It's not got Scotty too hotty in it. Wrestling Confederation. It looks like it's got a lot of confederation in it. Ace is very cocksure. Wrestling Confederation. Oh, I see. No, I've got it. It's much cleverer than... of course, it's much cleverer than I was. Right. It is an anagram of confederation, because that is 13 letters, but it then says ace is very. Now, ace can be abbreviated to A, and very can be abbreviated to V. So in the word confederation, we are anagramming it, but the A needs to become a V. And if you do that, you get overconfident. Something I'm definitely not. And that is not then Kenyan. In fact, what is going on there? Libyan still fits. But... oh, yeah. If you're close to something, you'll buy it. And if you secure something, you nail it down. You nail it. So that is bordering it. So buy... oh, it's brilliant. So close to climbing secure borders. It is Libyan. That's the first thing I thought of, but I just dismissed it. Now... there is some word like apiece or e. I want to put K as the second letter here. Have we had a K in the puzzle? No, we have. Okay, we're going to have to get this one, I think. I don't think I'm going to be able to come up with that one cold. So, right, minister, reverend, suppressing recording. Ooh. This is going to be something like repector or receptor. Okay, that one I've got, because a minister, looking at the checking letters, rector was coming into my brain. And that has suppressed a recording. Well, an EP is extended play record. That still comes up a lot in crosswords, as does the LP, the long play record. And a receptor must be a nerve ending. Now, what is this then? Edict. Maybe it's an fiat could be an edict. To polish is to edit. Okay, so it was. I can't remember what. I'm not changing that. I just want to go and look up. There is some word, I think. What am I thinking of there? Let me put fiat in and let's use the full text search. Oh, it's not even got it. It's some... I'm thinking of a word I can't... oh, I haven't even finished. I haven't done this one. Oh no, coded. Is it coded then? Secret, seeded, sided, caded? No, coded. Something is secret, it's coded, isn't it? Co-ed must be a Harvard student somehow. But the great thing is that if that is coded, I think we have solved the puzzle. And actually, I will take that, because that was very, very hard. Yes. Yes. Wow. I mean, that's just what that deserves, is wow. If you are new to these puzzles, don't be put off by that. This is sort of, I mean, it is as hard as you'll get in the Times crossword. But let me qualify that. It is absolutely as brilliant as you will ever see. That is such incredible use of language. It's so depressing to me, actually, that something this beautiful and brilliant, and it is beautiful and brilliant, and hopefully these videos do a tiny bit to explain why it's beautiful and brilliant, so people can access it and see how clever somebody has to be to come up with this. I mean, I just think that there would be literally millions of people on the planet who, if they were introduced to this and they saw what was going on, they would have their minds blown. And, you know, yet it's considered to be this sort of arcane, again, that word, this arcane topic. Let's see if Mark's solved it by now. I'm sure he will try it today. Chloe, finalist in the Times Crossword Championship, 10 minutes. Let's see if we can go further down. Let's see if you're... yeah, you can now... oh, Mark, 10 minutes with a mistake. So if Mark's taking 10 minutes and has an error, that shows you how difficult that puzzle is. Let's go back to it. What do I think he might have got wrong there? It's hard to know because a lot of it's so difficult. It's possible, you know, it would be one of the short answers, like Elmi's weird, or a mock. If that wasn't very easy. I'm not sure. I'll ask him later. Anyway, that is just absolutely magnificent, isn't it? Let me have a quick go and try and redeem myself at the... I say a quick go, I'll try and race on this. Let's see if we can do this. Criminal tendency, bent. One in cabaret spread, bugs, something I don't know. Much dislike, act involving, detested is the answer for that. Subsidiary, bank, I don't know, Dane, that looked like a hidden, didn't it? Racism, it is brandished as a weapon. Scimitar, I'm going to go for there. That's an anagram. Fish in tin upset. Don't know. Arrest that woman, said Roman leader. Caesar. It is Caesar. It is Caesar. Tries bait regularly with lures. Tries. Oh, I don't know. Female with fantastic features. Face. Heated hostilities close to Axia. Warm. Men almost in truck shot in the arm. Pick me up, maybe? That might be wrong. A chuck is a pickup. Oh yeah, that's right. Very drunk actor in case of Moselle wine. Muscadet or something. It's not that. Don't know. Luxurious Piccadillyist at Ritz is a cracker. We say... He disseminated nonsense. Eyewash, I want to say. Theme, I'm going to go for there. Vampire bat. Portions from fishmonger in old pouches. I don't know. Forming a unit. C unit formed. Ensuite, I think. I may be represented by this. India. SMP parade smooth. If you're smooth, you are... Oh, snappered or something. It's not. I know it's not. Oh, dear. Respect mother. Stay silent. Keep mum, I think. That looks like a count. We'll go for that. I'm going to accept international crown. Tiara? Tara, yeah. Female, I presume. Knave of clubs, put cad. Okay, one in... this is an anagram. Bugs. Bed... No. Bugs. Oh, what are you? Simon. It's an anagram of cabaret and one. Bugs. I don't know. Subside. Fish. Hake. Shaken. Gosh, that's quite hard. Tries bait regularly with lures. Tempts. Yes. Attempts. Let's go down here. Oh. Very drunk. Actor. Hammered. Okay. Oh, sandpaper. I didn't get the right part of speech for that at all. Portions. Cod pieces. I can't type. Cod pieces. And then what is this? Bacteria. Very clever. Okay. That's a very nice puzzle. Who's it by? Worm. Very good. Very good. And I was very slow. 16th. Terrible. Terrible. Chloe in there with another sub 2 minute time. Sickening. It's sickening. It was what it is. Anyway, having been suitably sickened, I will say goodbye. If you do like the videos, please do like, please do subscribe, please do drop a kind comment in. Let us know how your own solving's going. It helps with the algorithm. And we do love making these videos, and we would like to continue despite what the YouTube algorithm is trying to make us do. Anyway, as I say, let me know. We'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic. Bye for now.